ha, ha, ha. Bink, 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 I'm taller than you. Hey. Oh, hey, you should have told me they were there. Hey, what's up with you? You're supposed to be helpful. Hey, welcome back. Hi, I'm Uncle Bryan. This is Stories Worth Repeating. I'm so glad you joined me today. Today is a special day, boys and girls, because today my brother turned another year. Not just another year, another decade older. Woo-hoo-hoo, boy, is he getting old. He's 2 years younger than I am, but he's getting old. And today, I was planning to tell you the name that we voted for, and the votes are coming in, but I haven't had time to total them all up yet, so we're going to wait one more day, one more chance to keep voting for my friend's name here, but today he has a special part to play. Yes, you do. You get to play the part of my brother. On a special day today, my brother does not have this much hair. In fact, he cuts his hair off a lot. But we'll just let you imagine this is my brother. So I want to share with you a couple of really cool stories today. And you're going to need to use your imagination, and you're going to need to use your thinking caps to figure out some good lessons. Because sometimes I don't always know what the lessons are. But no, there's a wonderful Bible verse here from the book of Proverbs that actually says, "A man who has friends must himself be friendly. But there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother." There's other verses that talk about the importance of brothers and how they are born for hard times to help each other. And that's the way my brother and I have been as well. Through the years, he's one of my best friends up until I got married. He's my big buddy, and I want to say happy birthday, Uncle Jeff. Maybe he'll start doing stories one day too. So today's story, I've got to tell you. So Uncle Jeff and I, we've had a really close relationship for many, many years. We've always been together in our minds. We're only 2 years apart, and so we've gone through thick and thin, and we've had lots of fun doing all kinds of cool things. And we've also done some crazy things. So I got to tell you about one of these things I did one time. So my brother and I, we loved to wrestle and fight. Not because we were mad at each other, but because it made us stronger. So we loved to do these things. We'd punch and wrestle and do all these things. And when we were quite a bit younger, probably about 6 and 4 years old, maybe 7 and 5 or 3 and 5, whatever, right in that range, we were living with our grandparents. And we would play all kinds of games. We'd go running in and out of the house, wrestling, climbing things, all sorts of stuff. And we had a problem because we were kind of getting a little bit rough. We would throw things in the house, and sometimes they get stuck in Grandma's furniture. And she said, "Boys, Bryan, Jeff, stop doing that." "Yes, Grandma." And she said, "You guys need to play more gentle. And no more weapons in the house." Okay, no more knives. But we had a game we loved to play. We loved to play Tarzan. Now, you boys and girls, you might not remember, but Tarzan was this awesome story of a man who was able to, he was there in the jungle, he was able to talk to the animals, he was able to do all kinds of things, and he had a special call that he would do. Oh! He'd pound his chest, he'd swing through the vines, all these things, he'd wrestle lions and whatever else was in the jungle. And so when we'd play Tarzan, we had to have a knife. But Grandma said, "No more knives in the house, Bryan and Jeff, you are hurting too many things." So we looked around and we thought, well, we've got an idea. We could use one of Grandma's crochet hooks. So much better than a knife. And so we would still play, but we just have to adjust our games a little bit. And so we would use the crochet hook instead of a knife. And so one day it was my turn to be Tarzan. And so I had my knife, and I gotta put you over here. I was standing up, way up tall. I was overlooking the river. I was protecting my part of the jungle. And all of a sudden, a crocodile appeared in the river. Now, of course, the crocodile was my brother, Jeff. Yeah. And so we're going to pretend that you're Jeff today because you're getting a name tomorrow, okay? Yep, okay. So you're the crocodile. You're there swimming in the river, okay? And there I was standing up there looking out, and I saw the crocodile going close to Jane and to do something bad. And so I did the call. Oh! And I jumped down off of the edge, and I grabbed my knife, and I harpooned the crocodile with the crochet hook. And all of a sudden, the crocodile began making lots of noise. Ah! And all kinds of noises that crocodiles shouldn't make. He's screaming and yelling, and the crochet hook was stuck right in the back bottom area. And as he's yelling and screaming, the crocodile's making all these noises. Ah! Grandma came running, and she tried to come and help. And I didn't know what to do. And so she's trying to get the crochet thing out. But it's a hook, which means it took a little bit of work, and the crocodile kept yelling and screaming and fighting. Ooh, wow, it came out because of the hook. And so finally the crocodile got up off the floor. I don't know how well he sat from that point on for a little while, so we'll put him over here. And that was one of the games that my brother and me played. So don't ever ask Uncle Jeff to show you any scars, because that would be awkward. But I have many stories about him, and just one more story that I think he prefers. And this is one where we were much older then. I was probably almost 18 or 19 years old, really strong and fast and excellent in sports. Well, at least I had a lot of fun. And one day we were out walking with our parents, and we were living in the country of England. All right, Mr. Jeff Stand-In, can you point to us where England is? Okay, here you go, England. That's right, England, we got it. Very good, thank you. And there we were in England, and we were climbing old castles, climbing big trees, and my dad happened to be practicing taking pictures. So he had his camera, and he would take a picture of this and that and the fern, and sometimes Jeff would be strong and he'd be hanging on a tree and take a picture of him. And this was before the digital cameras, and so every time he took a picture, it would have to go on film, and then we'd have to wait to see how it came out. But that didn't stop Dad. He'd take a picture of this, he'd take a picture of that, and we came to this big, huge tree. And there was a branch that was like probably 10 feet up, and it stretched out from the tree, and it was a nice size you could hang on to. And my dad said, "Hey, boys, why don't you climb the tree?" So we love to climb everything. So here we go up the tree, and we're hanging around, jumping down here and there. And then my dad got an idea. He said, "Bryan, Jeff," he's acting like Jeff, "Jeff is really strong, super strong. Why don't you climb up and you hang down on the branch?" So you get up high and you hang down from the branch and let your feet hang down, and then your big, strong brother, who's 2 years younger and says he has more hair, a lot more obviously here, he would get underneath you and he would put his hands up there and hold your feet up. And then I will take a picture. So it'll look like Jeff's holding you up, like a handstand, or like he's in a gymnastics program lifting and holding this big, huge, masculine man up high above his head. And so, sure enough, we tried it. I'm hanging from the branch, and Jeff's underneath holding my feet, and Dad's just sitting there and he's taking a picture. And he said, "Okay, good." And then something strange happened. I really don't know why I did this. But all of a sudden, Dad seemed to get another idea in his head. You could almost see it going through his brain. And it was a bad idea. He thought to himself, and then he said it. He said, "Bryan, Jeff is strong enough to hold you. Why don't you just let go, and then Jeff can hold you up there, and I'll take a picture," and he's really doing it. And I don't know what I was thinking, but I figured, well, okay, maybe he's right. And so I decided all of a sudden to let go, and then my weight came onto my brother, and he very quickly went, ugh, and then pushed my feet forward. Now we're trading parts. So now imagine, here I was hanging, and he pushes the feet forward, and I go, ah! I couldn't sit down for quite a while, because as I fell back, my feet were going the wrong way until I finally managed to get them down, and then I hit really, really hard. And so for the next 2 weeks, I could hardly sit. Probably very similar to when something happened to my brother. Yeah. But, well, you know what's neat, boys and girls? My dad happened to get the perfect picture. While I let go and I'm starting to fall because Jeff had pushed my feet out, I'm going down like this, my mouth is in the air, and that's when he clicked the picture, and we have this fantastic picture of me in midair with this look of horror on my face because I'm going down to the bottom. That's my brother Jeff, and he just turned a whole new decade now. And I want to say thank you, Uncle Jeff, for being my brother, for blessing me, and for being what this Bible verse says. You know, we want to be friends with others. We got to show ourselves friendly, but there is a friend that sticks even closer than a brother. And that friend is God, boys and girls. He wants to be really close to each one of us and to bless us and to work in our lives. And He's given us the blessings of family and close friends to remind us what truly matters, and to be able to have some fantastic stories to tell. And I've got a lot more to share with you in the future. But I think that's enough for today. So please, remember, we've got one more day to do some voting. Send me a message whether or not you want Georgie, Finnegan, Oliver, Rango, or Otong. And I got to tell you, there's 2 of those names that are in the lead right now. We're almost ready to name you tomorrow. So please join us. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye.